up, never down, never. Like a theme in a song, clever. Feeling high, feeling low at the same time. Feels so right, then I'm wrong, hoping I'll be fine. But I get up, I always do.
Heard you want to leave this place where we grew up. This old town, just put it all behind. Remember you and I would always find somewhere to hide when we were kids, so we could see and hear the water run. The river's gonna cry when you're gone. You miss the ones you know. I'll be here, hanging on, waiting for your call. Seems like time as a wave passing by.
Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hope you're all doing okay. So it is Friday morning and I have just got up. I am so tired today. Oh, you're welcome, buddy. Blue literally has this thing that every time I give him his breakfast in the morning, he has to come and say thank you to me. So he's just coming to say thank you. Good boy. Watch my line. Honestly, I have been absolutely exhausted this week. Like, I don't know if it's like the change in the weather or anything like that, but like, you know when you have them weeks where like you can't get out of bed in the morning. Oh, see? I feel like slurry. I feel just so unbelievably tired, but I'm not sure whether this is to do with the fact that my vitamin D is low. I don't know if it was you guys I was bragging to the other day, but I just remember having this conversation with someone and saying, oh my god, it's literally been like since 2022, this is the first year I've not had to have any vitamin D treatment. Like, you know, I'm improving so much, blah blah blah. My nutrition team rang me last week and was like, we've done all your macronutrients and your vitamin D is really low. So yeah, I bragged too soon about that one. But we live in England, it's always going to be low. That's what my nutrition team has said, because it is just dull majority of the time, but mine's like too low that it won't see me through into summer. But updates for you. I have had a pretty bad week with my teeth. I have had another two, I don't know if you can see them, composite bonding fall out, which has been horrendous. And I'm going to go get that sorted today, so it's going to cost another £300 to get that sorted. And I kind of just, I'm so done with my teeth, like I just don't know what to do anymore, but I'm not even going to go into that now, so I just make myself like angry and upset. But yeah, I'm just pretty much, I've not done much at all week, to be honest with you. Update on my ABBOT pump, I will tell you about that later. But tomorrow I am going with my friends to go on like a pumpkin patch thing with my goddaughter, so that'll be fun. But honestly, like I've just had one of them weeks where I've just been so tired, like I literally don't want to speak to anyone, I don't want to do anything, I just want to lie in bed and rot away. So anyway, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all having an amazing weekend and I'll see you tomorrow. Hello guys, it is the next day. You have literally missed nothing at all apart from me being sat behind a computer desk for 8 hours. But when I say I am absolutely buzzing that it's the weekend, like I just need to just have a few days of just not being kind of stuck in, oh god, I'm out of breath. Just not kind of just being stuck in my office and just like, I just feel like I need to get out of the house. That is probably one of the things about working from home. I had a couple of questions actually asking me what I do for work. So I thought I'd kind of like give you a bit of an update. But oh my god, what is Blue doing? Sorry, I'm so out of breath. I literally just came down the stairs. But basically I work for the NHS, so I work in something called medical staffing. So basically to do with like doctors and kind of like anything HR related to trainees that kind of rotate in and out of trust. But I work full time. It's hard. I'll kind of maybe, I know one of the video suggestions was for somebody said like they'd like to see kind of like how I cope with it and stuff, so maybe that will be a good idea to kind of give you a bit of a rundown on how I do it. But I wouldn't be able to work like I do if I didn't work from home, like, let me just put it that way. And it is hard, I'm not saying it is difficult, I don't know how I do it some weeks, like especially this week when I've been so tired, but that's why I'm so happy. It is Saturday, so it is pumpkin picking day. Good God, I need to get my breath. I love having pots so freaking much. Right, okay. So it is Saturday, it is pumpkin picking day. Blue doesn't know he's coming with me yet, so I'm very excited to tell him and get his lead and see how excited he gets. He's currently barking at the wind outside. But yeah, we're gonna go pumpkin picking, and I've dragged my brother to come with me basically. I'm gonna go with my friend and my goddaughter, like I said, but I've dragged Rob as well because I thought we could take Mabel and Alfie. So I'm about to set off in a sec. Need to put fuel in my car and go pick Rob up. But I've just drained, so I know that I'm going to hopefully be okay while we're there, because that is one of the things that I panic about. Like when I'm going somewhere, for example now that's outside, I panic thinking like, right, okay, what do I do if I'm going to be sick, you know, like what am I going to do? So I've just drained, I've got absolutely nothing in me, so fingers crossed I'll be fine. Worst case scenario, I know this sounds absolutely gross, but worst case scenario I'll end up having to find a bush somewhere, which I'm not gonna lie, I've had to do a few times. So yeah, I'm pretty much just not wearing anything special, but just wearing like a fluffy autumnal coat. And my plan today is I need to go to my mum's after we've been pumpkin picking, because the ABBOT stuff I wanted to kind of update you on. Basically, they have sent me the products that I need, which I will update you on. However, I can't find my IV pole, like my little IV pole, and I really don't want to use my big IV pole because my office isn't big enough to kind of have that there, and especially kind of like if I'm in meetings, it's just not going to work. So yeah, I need to find my little IV pole, so I'm going to go to my mum's after there and try and find that, and then I'm going to show you all the kind of stuff that they've sent me. So I've not actually been on the water yet, but you guys maybe will see that in this vlog, because I might actually not even know how to set it. I might have to watch a YouTube tutorial on what to even do. I'm sure it'll come back to me, but yeah, I've not done it yet because I've been waiting for the products from ABBOT, but they have arrived now. They've arrived at my mum's house, so yeah. Let's go pumpkin picking. If any of you guys are in America, is this something that you kind of do there as well? I mean, when I was younger, we never did anything like this. I don't think it was like a thing. It might have been, but I don't really think it was when I was younger. Okay, I've just got his harness, and look who's appeared at the door. I think he's got like supersonic hearing. But yeah, I just feel like it wasn't really something that we did when we were younger. Sweetheart, do you want to come? Do you want to come pumpkin picking and go on a walk? Do you want to go on a walk? Come here then. Come on. Right, okay, so he doesn't like his harness. I don't know why. As soon as it's on, he wants to go on a walk so bad, but he doesn't want to put his harness on. But as soon as he's on, it's fine. But I can't control him if he don't have. Come on, right, over here. All right, come on. Come on. Right, good boy. I can't control him unless he's got his harness on, because he's such a big boy. He's so strong, and I am so bloody weak that I can't handle him, so I have to put his harness on. But that's my secret reason of also wanting Rob to come today, because I'd be able to hold Mabel and Alfie and he can hold Bluey. But Bluey used to be a nightmare when we were younger, like on walks and stuff. He's just gonna get some poo bags. He used to be really hard work, like any dog, you just want to go and say hello because he's so friendly, and that is sometimes the issue because he is such a big dog. Like even though he's a collie, he is a big boy. Like if you saw him in real life, you'd be like, whoa. Like he's not a normal size. But some dogs, because he's on a lead all the time, because it's another scenario, he just doesn't listen. Like if he's off the lead, we'll never see him again basically. We've had all the training and he's too clever to basically listen to us. He just does what he wants to do, but because he's on a lead all the time, if there's like a small dog, they think he might be aggressive because he's on the lead. So yeah, he sometimes, he just wants to go and say hello to everyone. He's just so friendly. Aren't you? Come here. I want to say hello to everybody today. Okay, sit down. Good boy. He's so gentle as well. Like, he's just such a loving boy. So, are we gonna go pumpkin picking? Do you want to go see Uncle Rob? He is at Grandma's house. You want to go to Grandma's? Yeah, and then we'll go pumpkin picking. Right, let's go, sweetheart. So yeah, I'm very, very glad that it is Saturday and I need to sort all of my ABBOT stuff out today. And I'm hoping I'm not going to be this out of breath the whole entire time we're out, because maybe they'll have to push me around in a wheelbarrow.
Might be going crazy, I don't know what to do. My heart is screaming for you, babe. And what I'm trying to say is that you make the sky look blue, even when it is grey, babe.
Hey guys, so I am at my mum's in my bedroom. I think I explained last time on my other vlogs that it's not ready yet, so that's why there's still a lot of bits everywhere, but it's like ready enough to sleep in. Anyway, I have checked, we're back from the pumpkin patch by the way. Every single place I have checked where my IV pole could possibly be, it's not there. There's literally half of an IV pole, and I'm starting to have like a really vague memory that it broke, the top half of it broke, which is why I've only got one half of it. I've got one last place to try, which is in my wardrobe here, which is where I kind of keep all of my spare supplies, so when I'm staying at my mum's, so I don't have to drag them around all the time. And it's not there. So I'm gonna have to try and order a new one through ABBOT. Sorry, this quality on this camera, I'm filming it on my phone, so it's really bad quality. So I'm basically gonna have to ring ABBOT and say, please can I have a new IV pole, because I can't find it anywhere. And I do have this memory that coming from somewhere that the top half of it broke, like the little hook thing that you put your stuff on, and I think it's broken. So yeah, I'm gonna have to order a new one, but I've just picked up some of my extra extension sets just in case I don't have many of them at home, and I'm gonna trial out the water tonight. Don't know if you saw me this morning, but I put some Cool Boy water in that jug, which I tend to use at home for Cool Boy water, so hopefully it's enough. So when I get back, I'm gonna try and dig out everything and see what we can work with and see if I can do it. If it doesn't work, then we'll have to wait till the IV pole comes. Okay guys, I am home. So I found the charger. So basically all of these, if anyone kind of was here when we were moving in, and I kind of explained in my office, I wanted everything to not kind of just be like a storage room, because the amount of stock and things I get is just overwhelming. Like, look at, can you see on top of there, like that's just like extra stock, because a lot of the time, I don't know why this happens, but a lot of the time you order what you need and you get sent extra, and I don't know why. And then if they send you the wrong product, you say to them, you sent me the wrong thing, like can I send it back? They say no, sorry, it's like unsterile now, whatever, we can't, it's a contamination, we can't take it back. So it's hard work sometimes, but basically I have all of these drawers, and I might go through like my medical storage with you one day, because they really need, I would need to go through them, to be honest with you. But that drawer I use for extra TPN supplies that I can't fit in my drawers. When that drawer's full, it has to go up there. That drawer is all my perfumes. This one here is all anything to do with like tube stuff. So I've kind of got like my syringes, like I had my pump in there, charger found in there, tubey pads, that type of thing. But because I'm now going to be using my tube more, this is probably why I need to all my medical stuff out. But apart from that, there's like a medication drawer. I think that one's all of my drainage bags, they won't fit in there. I've got an extra drawer for, what is in this one? Oh, more drainage bags, because of the time they sent me 100 drainage bags instead of 10. Just extension sets are in that one as well. So yeah, I think I just need to go through them all and reorganise them. But basically, I have my pump now, I have my charger, I don't have the IV pole, so that is something I'm going to need to try and figure out. Or alternatively, I'm going to see if I can fit my pump in my backpack with that. I just don't know how it works, because if my TPM, I'll just open this quickly, is in this rucksack like that, I don't understand how I can hang two things in there and if it's safe to do that. So I need to double check, but this is what they sent me to put the fluid in. It's a 500ml bottle, it's tiny and it's reusable and like washable and stuff. So it's so small, I don't see the issue in it being in there. But actually, saying that, there's not even a... How do you even like hook this up? Because there's no thing on top of it to like hook it on anything. What on earth? So how is that supposed to run through? Because I can't stand it up that way. It needs to be that way for, you know, for the stuff to flow out and go into the giving set. There's no hook on the top. Right, okay, if anyone uses these, please tell me how, what do I do? Because to me, I feel like that's incorrect, because it needs to be up that way so the pump can bring it out, otherwise it's going to be full of air. And equally, I can't hook it on anything in there because there's no hook. Unless I just strap it up. Oh, I don't know. Someone help. What do I do with that? So that's what they sent me. Zip this back up. But I was kind of hoping that until I got my new IV pole, was gonna try and put it in that. But I've just answered my own question, because literally it's not gonna fit in there, is it? I can't hook it up. So anyway, got my charger. That's the main thing. I need to next check if my pump actually works and actually charges. Like I said, hasn't been used since 2022. So that's quite a long time. They haven't said anything about like the expiration date for the electric type thing or anything like that. I think the PN pumps are more like they have to be checked a lot more because of where it goes to. But yeah, I'm just going to put this on charge now, and I'm going to leave it on overnight just to kind of give it that extra boost of, you know, power. So I'm going to leave that on overnight. Tomorrow, try and figure out where the hell I'm supposed to hook that up to. Like I said, I don't have any type of stand that it would go in, so I'm trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do with that, unless they've sent me the wrong bottle. But apart from that, they've sent me a whole bunch of syringes. So they're all in here, just the end fit ones, which I use anyway, so I'm going to need to find more room for them in there. So I think that is definitely going to be on the to-do list over the next week or so, because I cannot continue with that mess. I get a bit stressed when I'm unorganised, especially when it comes to medical stuff. I just need it. I'm so tired all the time. I just need it to be easy. I need it to just be there. But yeah, so I'm going to do that. Pumpkin picking was so nice today. It was absolutely freezing, I'm not gonna lie. But I want to put our pumpkins out at the front of the house. I know this sounds really stupid, but when me and James had the bathroom done, we've had like a lot of stuff that needs to go to the tip, so it looks a bit messy at the front of our house at the minute, and I kind of don't want to put the pumpkins out because it's such a mess outside. Like, I want the stuff to go to the tip, and then, you know, and that makes sense in my head. Anyway, let's see if this charges. Okay, not great news, guys. So I've plugged it in to charge it. That's where you plug it in at the back, and that green light, as far as I remember, flashed when it was on charge. Oh my god, I thought it turned on then. I think it was just a reflection. Yeah, I think this is why I'm probably best leaving it overnight. I just need to leave it to charge the life out of itself. So I'm just going to leave that, and then if that doesn't work, I'm going to have to ring them and say I need a new one. But, you know, nothing that I can see else of where it would light up, but maybe it just needs a bit of a boost. So I'm going to leave that overnight to charge, and let's pray. This little... Oh guys, it's working. Oh my god, that noise. System fail. Don't know if you can see that. It's a system fail. Okay, let's leave this little buddy to charge for a little bit longer before I try and push it to its limits. At least we know that that lights up. That's good news. Good morning, everybody. I had the worst night's sleep known to man. I've just opened the blinds, so I bet Blue's gonna come in. Hello. Do you want to go for a wee-wee? I'm just having one of them mornings that I had a really bad night's sleep. I've woken up and I've got really bad pain in my stomach. I feel like obviously on my last vlog I kind of, one sec, he really wants to go out. Like, it's literally, God, I look really rough. As soon as I open that back door, he's like, no, I have to go out right this second. Like, he's been upstairs asleep, but the minute I open that blind, he's like, no, that is my cue. But obviously I kind of like opened up a little bit on my last vlog about the kind of bowel problems that I've been having, and like I said, it's not something that I've overly spoken about before. but I was in a lot of pain last night, which is why, you know, I need to get on this, trialing this water as soon as possible. I haven't checked my pump yet because I've literally just pretty much come downstairs, but I just feel very, very bloated today and very, very gross. So rather than just trying to manually drain this morning, I'm going to put a drainage bag on just for a little bit, just because I don't feel great, you know. I just feel really horrible and bloated and horrible. I feel like I have showed you this before, but this is the drainage bag. You're gonna have to excuse the mess behind me, I'm literally so sorry. I need to put that washing away. James is like pizza boxes and everything. Life is just life in today, you know. But we try to be as real as we can on this vlog, like I said, and don't try and make everything look aesthetic. Let's sort my life out. You don't actually have to use cool boiled water when you're doing it in your stomach, but I tend to. Just because I feel like I just don't trust my stomach, you know, like I use water out the tap, but like if I've got spare cool boiled water, I'll use that first, if that makes sense. So I've got some spare because obviously I didn't go on that water yesterday that I thought I was going to. So I'm just gonna, like I said, I'm just gonna drain this morning and put a drainage bag on just because I just feel horrible. So I'm just gonna give it a little flush, but I'm going to put it in the drainage bag in a sec just so I can clip it to myself. So I'm hoping, always make sure that that is on. I'm not sure if I've ever showed you these before, but it's basically just a 500ml. You basically put your extension set in and then kind of just let it sort of free flow. So I'm hoping that once I kind of undo that, it will come out, but sometimes you have to give it a bit of a tug first. It just depends if I've got like bits in my stomach. Okay. So I'm just going to basically leave that on and just hopefully let that free drain for a little bit, just because I feel like I've got a lot of pain like here, and sometimes when I drain it, it relieves that, just because I've got a lot of bile build up, and also I've got a lot of acid reflux I had overnight, so I think that there's just a lot going on in there. So leaving that on, I'm going to make myself a brew, and I'm going to put extra cool boiled water in again just so I can refill my cool boiled water jug, and let's go see if my pump has decided to come alive overnight, which I'm really, really hoping it has. But like I said, I'm not entirely sure how I'm actually going to get the water in me, because I've got the giving sacks, I've got everything, and I don't have the IV pole, but I was going to try a different way, but that bottle's really weird, so we'll see. Okay, I just thought I'd show you really quick when my camera's going to die. It started flowing out now. So I don't know if you can see. My camera literally just died as I was doing that. Let me just go into the light a little bit. So if you can kind of see from my stomach here, it's starting to flow out now, and I knew that I had a lot of bile in there. I tend to have that a lot in the mornings anyway, but yeah, it basically just looks like this, and obviously it's inside that tube, but that bag will just slowly start filling up. It can't physically come out of it, but you can kind of see it when it's moving. That's just moving out of that bottom tube. But yeah, you can leave it hanging like that. So right now, because there's not much in it, like literally if you look at that bag, there's like next to nothing in it. It doesn't actually hurt this tube here, but the more that gets full, it gets really heavy. So I actually use a drainage bag because it has a clip on it, and it just takes that weight off my tube, because obviously you know that I've got a lot of granulation tissue. Do you know what I've just realised I've just done? And I literally said this on my video a few weeks ago, right? Do you remember me telling you about my different tubes, where they are? I've just put that in my J tube. I've literally just put that in my J tube, not my G tube. But that clearly shows why I'm in pain, because this has just come out of there. So let's switch it up, because I actually don't drain from my J tube. Like, that's not something that I tend to do, but this is clearly showing why I'm in pain, because there's stuff in there that's just not moving. It sometimes happens, I put things in the wrong tube. I'm the tired girl, right? They're so close to each other, like sometimes I'm just not concentrating. That's just happened, but that's probably why I've been in pain, because that's just come out. Like, usually if I try and drain from my, you know, J tube, it wouldn't usually come out kind of like that. But yeah, let me switch that round and actually try and drain properly. Okay, I'm switching tubes. Oh, it's hard to get this one in because it's like the opposite way around. I have to kind of turn the tube around like that. Right, okay. So let me just try and put you somewhere a bit better. So, right, Let me close that one back up. Right, if I undo this extension set now we're in my stomach. So I don't know if you remember me telling you obviously about my tubes and like where they all are. The weird thing is my G tube, which goes to my stomach, is lower down than my J tube, which I think is why sometimes when I'm not concentrating I just automatically go to that. And also I'm still kind of getting out of the auto habit of the fact that I'm used to having a dangler where, you know, the longer tube where my G tube was. But yeah, it's just kind of they look the exact same. They're so close to each other. Like if I'm tired the way I'm really tired today, I don't feel very well, it just happens. But so obviously that's come out of my J area, and now that is gonna come out of my G, which I'm hoping that's where a lot of the time I have to withdraw from there in the morning. So I'm hoping that will start slowly coming out now. I can't believe I just did that. Like that's and you know what's already on my mind as well? It's Sunday and I'm back in work tomorrow, and I'm just like, I just feel like I need a few days just to kind of like get my life together, you know? Like I feel like the house is a mess. It's not that bad, it's just like little bits, you know, like I said, like I just need to put like washing away and stuff. But when I'm so tired like I am now, like it's just the last thing I want to do. So let's make a brew, because I cannot function or survive without a cup of tea, you guys know. Okay, so this also is starting to free flow out a little bit better now. This is how much we've collected. I'm just gonna go upstairs, sit in my office. It is Sunday today. I want to edit my vlog and get it on for you guys. Okay guys, I feel like I've pulled myself together like the tiniest bit, but I need to disconnect my TPN, so I don't really have a choice. I feel like I said this a few weeks ago, which I think, oh my god, I think sometimes I find this the most sort of infuriating part about not being very well, is like sometimes I genuinely just want a day off. You know, like when I'm feeling so tired today, I'm worn out, and this is what I was saying yesterday about work, like I don't find it easy. Like I sometimes don't know how I work full time, and you know, like there's a day like today, like I'm already dreading the fact that I'm working tomorrow because I know how tired I am, but like it is what it is. And because I'm so tired, I just feel, and you know, and I'm back in work tomorrow, I feel like I could just do with just having one of them days where I just sit on the sofa all day. I don't have to think about medical stuff. I don't need to disconnect my TPN now and then reconnect it later. I don't want to have to then start draining and think about if I'm going to be sick and then take my meds, and then it's just kind of like a constant thing. And even though, because I've been like this for so long, that it is almost like my daily routine, you know, stuff that I'm used to, you know, kind of like I don't know any different. But at the same time, I do know that it is different, and I kind of just want a day off. And even though, you know, disconnecting my TPN, it's not going to take me long, but it's the fact that I have to do it that sometimes I just get in my own head a little bit. Yeah, just frustrating, really frustrating. But I was going to go to my mum's earlier today, but I've just said to her that I'm going to come later on just because I just don't feel great. And I will be completely honest, sometimes I get more tired when my brain is using more energy, if you will. And I feel like I've just been a little grievy this past week. For those of you that don't know, if you're kind of new here, I lost my dad, and it's coming up to 2 years, which literally blows my whole entire mind. Like, how on earth has it nearly been 2 years? Like, it was just literally like, I can't even describe him. It was just it was just my dad. Like, we were so unbelievably close, and you know, to lose him the way we did, and I don't know, I just feel like it's coming up to that time of year that there's, you know, things going on in my life that I want to speak to him about. You know, these past few months I've had some like random issues at work, for example, and like I feel like he would always be the one that I would speak to about that and kind of like ask how to deal with certain situations, because I don't know, I just feel like he just kind of knew the right answer. And sometimes I kind of feel like that male figure in my life, I've got James and Rob, don't get me wrong, but they're very much fiance and brother. But I feel like I don't sometimes have that male version of the father figure, you know, in my life. And sometimes I'm very aware of that, you know. Blue's just started barking. Yeah, I just think sometimes that, you know, your brain is more powerful than you think, and it's definitely impacted on me. Hello. I wish you could see him right now. His nose is at the door. If I move that way, can you see his little nose there? Yes. I don't know how, but he knows he can't come in here when I'm doing my TPN. It's so bizarre. I don't know how he knows that. But like if I'm not on it, he comes in. Like if I'm not sat here, he'll come in no matter what. It's just weird how he knows. Anyway, enough of this sad girl talk today. I feel like this whole vlog has just been me complaining the whole entire time. But this, I feel like I've told you a couple of weeks ago, I think it was, that I was struggling a little bit with getting used to how short my line is. Like you can see how short that is, etc. But I've kind of figured out a way of the type of things I need to be wearing when I'm doing my line, and it's all to do with like accessible type clothing. This is actually a jumper that I got from, I think it's a website that's called, or a company that's called itsalot.co.uk. I'll leave the details down below. She's got some really nice stuff, like hoodies and jumpers that are really comfortable. But this is such a perfect thing to wear when I'm either connecting or disconnecting. And if you can see there, it kind of says like It's a Lot, and it kind of comes down. I have got a bra on, by the way, but it comes down enough for me to, I've done that, so I'm touching things. It comes down enough for me to like unzip that. So like just then I kind of just pulled my line over the top of that, and then now it's easy. And then equally tonight when I'd connected it, I'd be able to hook it over the top. Then I would be stuck in it, but it's good enough to take off me that way. So yeah, I think I've started wearing a lot of things that are button up or zip up like that. I definitely can't wear a full jumper like I could, which is annoying. Yeah, I'm really sorry about complaining, guys. I just feel like I've literally this whole entire vlog I've just been sat complaining about how tired I am and moody. But I'm probably going to close off this vlog here. I feel like we're getting a bit lengthy at the moment, so I'm going to close it off and try and recuperate today. I need to attempt to tidy up if I'm feeling well enough, but if I just don't come around, I'm just literally going to do nothing. And I need to try and sort out my pump and like stuff like that. So just need to focus my brain a little bit and get in the right headspace ready for tomorrow, because it's the dreaded Sunday mood. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch up with you properly next week. Bye.